Peter, here we are, Work Truck Week 2025. It's a wow. And, we've been doing this a long, long time, as you know.
Yes. I think combined we're over 80 years together, you and I, in the industry.
It's funny. It's actually funny you bring that up. Good heavens. Are we timing out? I don't know.
Not just yet.
We should say aging out. I think we're aging out. One of the things that's really exciting today, as you know, as we prepare and the show floor opened up at 9:30 is, the press conference about, us being an authorized Ford bailment pool for Ford Motor Company. That just is unbelievable.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's, the evaluation process and all of the work that our colleagues put into this thing behind the scenes is just, it was actually overwhelming at first.
Sure.
But I understand really the reason why they put you through that is because they really want a sound, solid relationship. And I think the Ford partnership really, really underscores a couple things internally. And by all means, I want you to digress on this. But I think it really underscores our commitment to customers.
Yes.
Listening to the customer and has been, it's been fun in my latter years rather than my earlier years. In my earlier years, I was always antsy.
Sure.
And in my latter years, I've become more attentive to listening to the customer and understanding what their needs are. And I think that's been incorporated in this brand new, launch of the Advance family of products. Would you agree?
What I'm seeing with us both being at EV now, you got here before I did. I've been here just over a year, but it's great to listen to the customer and then be able to implement what they're asking. EV's responsiveness and the engineering department and the designs that they come out with and all the extrusions that we self-produce and own means we're very flexible, very responsive to customer needs. I know what you're talking about, being antsy earlier at times in the industry where you get a serious customer need and want, and it needs to be acted upon, but it's just too cumbersome or too long or never quite gets done. With EV, it happens.
Right.
And they've been asking for Ford as well.
Yeah, it's tough telling a customer, no, we don't have that availability, right?
Right.
And I've always been the person to say, yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
Now we can do that.
Yeah.
Now we have an addressable market, and I can't think of a better product. I'm a little biased, but I can't think of a better product that can be married to the Super Duty, which is an all aluminum construction.
Yes.
Married to our aluminum solution. It's really going to be an interesting journey, with trucks that are being entered into the system now that we'll eventually see at, Blue Ball, Pennsylvania,
yes,
and West Jefferson, Ohio, and then Story City, Iowa. Boy, the reach is going to be exciting. I just don't want us to run out of them.
Right.
Because so many people are going to be so happy because the OEM dealer franchise network for years has asked for this. Yeah. Because we do some solutions that are unique to the commercial vehicle industry.
Absolutely.
CVB and what they do today, and the summit of how they're taking things to the market and working with the commercial work truck industry. I just think this thing is just starting to come together in a unique way. But one of the things I'd like to hear your feedback on is there anything that just sends a wow to you with what we've created? We talk to customers now, we show it to them. What's your takeaway on the product today? How do you see it? How do you see it serving the end user or the dealer?
So what I'm seeing is the thing you mentioned during the press conference is the availability of the product, being able to get it from several locations, and the availability to install it the way we are. Is something that's unique, has a lot of customer feedback that went into designing that. This is not something that was designed in a vacuum at EV. It was through a lot of customer input, through a lot of years, and a lot of industry experience to be able to put this in and having somebody install it from the top and not having to go underneath I think it's just phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, when our engineering team said, and I really, really admire their energies and efforts that they put into this thing. When they said, "Look, we've got this unique way to attach this to the Ford product," I'm like, "Yeah, okay, it's just going to bolt on.
Right.
You're just going to bolt it on. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
It's more than just that. It's actually so advanced because cost control is really key in products now. I mean,
absolutely.
the material is expensive, the labor is expensive, the chassis comes at an expense.
Well, Craig, finding labor, finding the labor to install it.
Yes.
If we can make it quicker with the same labor pool that you have, and the tools we're providing with the wrench that we're sending out, this custom wrench to install our body.
Yeah.
It's another unique way. I think we look holistically at a dealer's issues and say, okay, not just a great product that's going to stand up, but also what's deeper into your business model that we can help you with. Well, everyone has labor shortage and labor knowledge. If we can make things simpler on the front end, that's just helping the dealer all the way down the line.
And I think the industry also, and I've said this for many, many years with all the years I've been in the business, I don't think anybody's more agile or has the ability to pivot better than the OEM franchise dealer. When things get tough, they can pivot very quickly.
Absolutely.
Because they adjust to market needs and demands. And we have got to be able to, I say this to Travis all the time, and he's so supportive of what we do. We have got to be in cadence with what is going on in the market. Yes. And if we're not in that cadence, then ultimately the customer, is the one that's hurt. The end user that has to get that truck on the job site. So I think our level of intensity to address fit, form, function, availability, us now with the chassis bailment pool, an extension of the OEM franchise dealer's inventory.
Yes.
Okay, so it's shortened lead times. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a win-win-win for Ford Motor Company, for CVP and the Summit. And I've really come to enjoy watching CVP take this whole group of people and really turn it into something really material.
Absolutely.
I like what they've pulled together, and I really think that they're going in the right way. I can't wait to see what lies ahead for us. We're in our infancy. So.
Let me ask you. So for me, one thing that you think about Ford and Ford Americana, and just the history of Ford, and then it just hit me as we were sitting here and think about everything being American made at EV. What a great story of two great American companies coming together and made in America.
Yeah. I mean, that is one of the things that is something that I think people want to hear now. The lighting being all U.S. lighting.
Absolutely.
North American aluminum material.
Yes.
American made, American, jobs that we're adding to our business model as we speak.
Absolutely.
And more locations on the horizon for us to expand and service those customers. I think it's very, very meaningful.
Absolutely. Well, to your point, and things we're not ready to release just yet, but speaking of our locations, there are locations that are being added that we'll be able to announce sooner than later.
Yeah.
That will just expand EV's reach, and Ford helping us do that. It's just be fantastic.
Yeah, I was so eager today to say it, and I couldn't, But at the very end, that just makes another great surprise.
Yeah.
And our customers hopefully will be able to celebrate with getting our products that they desire faster.
Yes.
So they can get to work. Probably one of the things, again, and you and I could probably agree on this. As we age in this business and come to realize how cool it is that every day is different.
Yes.
Every solution or every utilization of the product is different. I think what makes me very proud of our solution is it's adaptable. It's adjustable.
Absolutely.
You know, you and I, as part of a body manufacturing environment, should never hold the customer hostage on how they should store their product. Let's leave that to their adjustment.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the things that the industry is starving for, and we're trying to address.
Yeah.
Let's provide the solution and let them configure and set it up the way they want.
The variability we offer the customer, I think, is unprecedented.
Yeah, it's huge. It's massive. It's massive. I mean, I put my stuff in my closet a heck of a lot differently than you do, right? So, I mean, who am I to tell you how you should store your 50-pound boxes of nails?
That's right.
Or fittings, or wrenches.
From trade to trade, it differs, and from company to company, it differs, individual to individual even.
Yeah.
You know, so, and people that share vehicles, so we've talked about that.
Yeah.
You know, it is a night shift, there's an evening shift, and a day shift. They all be using one vehicle.
Yeah.
Great. They can set it up per shift if they'd like. It's that flexible.
Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to expand on, and what's really cool is, this thing is launching on the E-Series here at the show. We've got it for transit.
Yes.
We've got it for cab chassis Super Duty.
Yep.
We're going to, it doesn't matter if you need a two-wheel, a four-wheel, a cutaway, perform a variety of tasks, whatever you got to do, the body's going to go on a Super Duty, a Ford Transit, or an Econoline. I mean, and that came directly because so many people said, "Are you going to do this on a conventional cab?" Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have to.
Of course.
If we don't address the market, then we're disappointing customers.
Right.
Because not everybody needs a cutaway. They need a four-wheel drive for off-road, utilization and things like that. So,
and off-road sometimes is the construction site itself that the guy goes to. That's his off-road.
Yeah.
Then you have actual off-road where they really are leaving the highway for long periods of time.
And when you look at transit, which has a little bit more of a narrower wheel track, it could get in tight, congested areas, down side streets, work in downtown metropolitan, New York, Manhattan.
And with the potholes, it becomes off-road.
Exactly. It does. Isn't it funny? Well, it's that time of year,
Yeah.
But, in a 57 high, the vehicle's garageable.
Yeah.
It'll go in a 9-foot garage. And everything be self-contained and secure.
Yeah.
So, hey, look, lightweight, high-strength aluminum extrusions that we do. I mean, did you feel that thing?
Oh, I know. This thing's a beast.
Oh, man.
It's just a beast.
Don't throw it at me, please.
Well, not today. But the amount of extrusions, like I mentioned earlier in this conversation, that EV pulls, and then we go after.
Right.
And we have such a variety of product lines that we use them in different places.
Yeah.
So we're not afraid to say, we need a die for that. Let's get one made. Let's make an extrusion. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
I mean, the story is clear. Lightweight, high-strength material, powder-coated, for long-lasting beauty, a high level of abrasion resistance.
Absolutely.
All right? U.S. componentry, by U.S. workers, and customer service by nice guys like you and I.
I've got a nickname for the Advance already.
What is that?
It's our mobile vault.
It's our mobile vault. Okay.
I mean, you lock that thing up the way we do.
Yeah.
I mean, like you talked about security for your product and everything else.
It's genius. Hey, Peter,
nice.
I think we've had a couple chuckles this morning. We better get to work.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Craig.
All right.